Hello everyone, welcome to Synergy Assessments. Now we're going to create a text entry question. So I'm going to go to assessment items to get to my questions, and I'm going to make a new question. And now I'm going to do a text entry question. Once again, it has to live in a bank. You can pick which bank you want. You will always want it live. Advanced scoring, you can change the points of each question, and I'm actually going to use that right here so you can see that too. An equation tool is just like the equation tool that we have as teachers, that if you put one in there, like copy of grade 11 is usually what we use, that would give students access to type in some of these things. They don't have all of these functions, but they have some of them. And I will put that on there so you can see that. So let's just say I wanted to do simplify the square root of 8. Once I have that in there, I would just hit insert, and you can see it's inserted in there. So they will see simplify the square root of 8. And then I want them to type it in. So where I want them to type it in, I would just hit text entry. Now you'll see as soon as I hit text entry, there's a spot for me to type in the answer to that. Now, if you could put this anywhere. So if I wanted to put a question as, and you could put as many in a question as you want. So if I wanted to do who is the principal of our school, I could put another one there, and then I could even say I've been going to school for years. So you could put it anywhere you want. And now you can see each one of those text entries, they have a number 716, 743, and 107. So I know in this answer box right here, 716 is the answer to this one, 743 is the answer to this one, 107 is the answer to this one. So as a teacher, that's where you know when you type in the answer, this is how Synergy will grade it for you. Okay? So you have to type in the answer. So you can make it case sensitive if you want, meaning they have to have capital or lowercase wherever it goes. And you can have exact match or not. Once again, you just click those to have it exact match, case sensitive. Exact match means it has to look exactly like what you do. If it's not exact match, um, say the answer could be ABC or CBA, as long as they have those three letters in there, doesn't matter the order, they could be right. So if that pertained to you, you could take exact match off, and if I put ABC as the answer, they could put CBA and it would still mark them correct. But I want exact match on right here. Now, the students will see their text entry box in the question. They'll see simplify square root of 8, and then right here they won't see text ID 716. They will see this little part right here where they can type, and they'll have that little blue box. The reason they have that little blue box is because I have the equation tool on. If I took it off, you can see now they don't have the little blue box. All they're going to do is type it in. But if I have it on, I would not need it for these last two, but the first one I would need it. If you have it on, it's going to go to all three. You don't have to use it. It's just an option there. So if I were to simplify the square root of 8, the answer would be 2 times the square root of 2. So I would write 2, and once again, this is what the students would see, but you as a teacher have to type it in so it'll grade it. So I'd hit the square root sign, and then I would hit 2. So that's the answer. So then all I would do is hit plus here, and that's my answer. Now I have advanced scoring on, and you see my total points is 1. Now I can change that, and I can make each one of these worth 1 point, or I can add them up to 1. I'm going to make each one worth 1 point. So you can see I typed in 1 there, it gives me 1 point here. You can see these are at 0 points. So the second one, the principal of our school, and I'm just going to say Joe, because it could be whoever. It's not Joe. And then once I have that in there, I'm going to hit plus, and I want this worth 1 point. And you can see that's worth 1 point, that's worth 1 point. The total of this question is going to be 2 points. And then I've been going to school for, if that's a very open question. I've been going to high school for, so if they're juniors, say 3 years. And that goes in there. Now notice, let me put my points in there for that. So I have 3 questions, each one's worth 1 point. That full question's worth 3 points. You'll notice for these two, I did not use that equation tool. That is not necessary for them to use. It's just an option there to use it because I needed it for this one. Now what this will do is in Synergy, when they take the test, they'll type in the answers, and then it will grade them as what you see, and it will give them a point. So if they did not get 2 right, but they got Joe and 3 right, then it would give them 2 points for that question out of the 3. It does not have to be a full point. So if I wanted this to be 0.33, and 0.34, not 1.34, 0.34. Now you can see it adds up to a total of 1 point. So the whole question's only worth 1 point. This one, if they got this wrong and they got these 2 right, it would be 0.67 points. So you can do that however you would like, but you can see the total is 1 point. But a lot of people like text entry for simple answers like that because the multiple choice isn't always the best way to assess knowledge. So text entry, it's a short, quick answer. Plus, as a teacher, sometimes it's nice to not have to worry about figuring out very good distractors. So, if this were multiple choice, simplify square root of 8. If I had to do this as multiple choice, I would put 2 radical 2, 4 radical 2, rad 4, rad 2, or maybe just 2 or something like that. Because when you're making distractors for multiple choice, you want to make sure they make sense. I wouldn't put 2 radical 2, 10, 100. I wouldn't put that type of stuff because those aren't logical. They're too easy to know that they're not the answer. So text entry takes that kind of coming up with distractors out of it, and it's a very good way to assess their knowledge. And once again, you wouldn't want to use this for if it's a full sentence that you want an answer. This is just a 1-2 word answer. And then once again, all your grade level stuff you can put in, standards you can put in if you want. And then you would save and get that question number, like I talked about in the multiple choice video, to be able to put it in your assessment. So that's how to do a text entry question.